Freedom for Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia now, including the rest of the political prisoners in Cuba, also including those prisoners of Venezuela, Nicaragua, North Korea, and China. Here once again to inform, I hope it doesn't rain like yesterday where I just could put on just, I think it was one video and it just went off on me. So I couldn't do nothing according to the weather. But hopefully, it seems like it's not gonna rain today, but I'm gonna try to do as quick as I can, just in case it goes off on me. So if it goes off on me, I can't do anything about it. That's nature. So let me start with a short advertisement of a product, which I always show just to help a friend of mine. Here it is. It has to do with these electrical battery operated with a solar panel generators. The man's name is Andres Ramirez. He's here in Puerto Rico. His office is called Dr. Tech Mayagüez Mall, and there's the phone number. You want to call him, ask him all the questions possible and the guarantees. If you want an option to gasoline operated generators, there you go. But remember, always ask for a guarantee. And if you have a gasoline operated generators, don't get rid of it. And my advice is have the two of them, just in case one doesn't operate correctly, you have the other one. But according to what he was telling me, this one works even on 220. If that's true, request it in writing and make sure he guarantees it, that it'll work on 220 without any problems and without hurting the guarantee of the generator. If it comes with a guarantee, just make sure to ask all the questions possible, and make sure it goes in writing. If he assures you that it works that way and it works according to what you're requesting and the questions you're asking, and he answers that it does work, make sure it's in writing and that there's a guarantee and how long the guarantee lasts and how long that the battery is going to last too under such pressure. Well, let's go to the news. Like always, I start off with what's happening in the Islamic world, who people call the religion of peace. Believe it or not, liberals call them a religion of peace. And I got some news on liberals. Liberals don't learn. They're incredibly naive or dumb or idiots, or all of them, or evil. Let's see, right here. Okay, here's the first one, talks about honor killing, abuse, and violence, how women are terrorized in Palestinian society. Liberals, especially liberal women, should read this. It's just they're so incredibly naive. I wouldn't say another word because sometimes I'm trying to hold myself from being censored. But they're so naive that they're willing to go to their country thinking that they're going to receive them with open arms, and what they do is they decapitate them. Sometimes they go with a male, and they're all decapitated, the male and the women. So it's just it goes to show you to the extreme that these people of their let me say it this way mildly. I don't think it's going to offend anybody. Stupidity. On the occasion of International Women's Day, the official Palestinian Authority, Daily Al-Hayat Al-Hadida, published various statistics on violence against women in the Palestinian state. It says PA, so I guess it's Palestinian state. The Palestinian Women's Center for Legal Aid and Counseling documented 76 murders, cases of women in Jude and Samaria, Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip over a 3-year period. A researcher at the center, Nabil Dawaka, explained that in the great majority of the cases of murder about which there is confirmed information, 22 cases, the murderer was from the murdered woman's close surroundings, from her family, a fact that might indicate these murders were so-called honor killings. A woman has no right in Islam. The only right I think a woman has in Islam is the right to be buried when they die or they're murdered. That's it. Men are allowed to beat them up. You can't leave your home without permission. You can't even go visit a sister or your mother or anything. No rights whatsoever. I don't know of any rights they have. Is that what you want, liberal women? You know, and I see them defending this hellish style of living. Let's go to the next one. There's more to read. Just go to my blog and you see, and you can read all you want about it. I don't think there's going to be any use to try to advise liberal women, because if they want to stay stupid, what can we do? We can't do anything. We try to inform, and if they keep on with sometimes they don't want to read advices that are given about what's happening. That's how incredibly dumb they are. Okay, let's go to the next one. Most House Democrats vote, listen to this, most House Democrats vote against amendment that would keep convicted terrorists from working for the TSA. You know, when I went to visit my son in May, I confronted myself with Muslims working at the airport. That's how stupid this nation has become. You're having the enemy walking all around us trying to, one moment or another, they want to explode and they want to shoot people. They can do it. And the Democrats, judges, you can go free. And there's a case here. I'm gonna keep on reading. There's more cases where I can prove you that what I'm saying is true. Judges letting people, illegals, going off free, and okay. No matter, you killed, I think a family of 3. No, wait a minute, 4. Killed by an illegal. Well, I'm gonna get there. Let's go with the Islam. Still with the Islam. What could possibly go wrong? It says in the article. Convicted terrorists are simply people who have acted upon their justifiable grievances against the U.S. and Israel right. Don't you stand against colonialism, imperialism, and racism, you greasy Islamophobe? And the Democrats saying, "Oh, they're religion of peace." We're gonna end up destroyed. 174 Democrats voted against an amendment that aims to make it harder to hire TSA employees with terrorist or sexual crime record. And they keep on doing it, and they keep on doing it. Who knows? Maybe the law won't even pass. Because some of these states are run by Democrats. And Democrats embrace terrorism. I wrote it as a title. Besides the original title, I wrote that. Let me see the title. I can't. Democrats embrace terrorism, and they do. If they're permitting this, they embrace terrorism. But then you speak with them because they're not stupid. They come up with some excuses. Oh yeah, but they have the right. It doesn't matter. They can be forgiven. Oh, do you believe in God? Don't you forgive? they'll come up with some, then it's stupid. It's like Bernie Sanders. A lady telling him, "Oh, look, wait a minute, you're a communist. Why don't you give away everything you have and be an example of a communist?" And Bernie Sanders, out of his wicked wisdom, he tells the lady, "Oh, you make more money than I am. Why should I? You make more money than I do." He said, "Yeah," but the lady wasn't stupid either. She answers him, "Yeah, but I'm not the one running for president. You're the one who's running for president. You should be an example." That's what Bernie Sanders needs. He needs somebody who could confront him with just the wisdom, the same or more wisdom, and tell him off. I got the person like that, Don Bongino. You got Michael Savage, but Donald Trump is just as intelligent anyway. But you need people that are super smart to just confront this evil entity. And Bernie Sanders is another one who embraces these people. He goes to their meetings. He mingles with them. He doesn't mingle with the Jewish state, who are being victimized, who are being bombed, who are being attacked at every corner. No, he meets with terrorists. That's how evil these people are. They're evil to the core. Then I'm the one who's Islamophobic. Then I'm a racist. I don't want these people here. I don't care what they say about me. They should leave. They should be forced to leave. I remember hearing about a Marine Muslim who served in the armed forces, or was serving in the armed forces. I served in the armed forces too. And he had the nerve to say that, when we were attacking and bombing, I think that was during the Iraq War, he was against it, that he had to do his duty. These people shouldn't be in our armed forces. The Marine Corps got pissed off when they had approved the recruitment of Muslims, and that was during Obama's regime. Another criminal terrorists, and communists. That's why we need to inform the people about this country. Those who are naive and dumb enough to believe that they can be trusted, they should know better. And no, wait a minute, it's not like that. Okay, let's go to another one. I hope the signal doesn't go off on me. Sometimes I go off talking and talking and talking. I got to be pretty quick because 1 minute is just going to go off on me, the signal. And I'm going to have to throw it on, I'm going to have to publish it like that. Listen to this one. Fresh from signing peace deal, Taliban murdered 20 soldiers and cops in jihad massacres. What Trump did is not wrong, because we can deal with those people by just drones. We don't have to send in pilots, risk the neck of a pilot going into a zone, which is a hellhole. Just send in drones operated by people who can operate these drones and bomb them from a distance. Bomb the hell out of them, kill them in mass. And if we're not careful, we're going to have to be doing that here in our country too. Because they're invading everywhere. They're invading our government positions. They're introducing themselves, and liberals are letting them. We have two enemies. The Democrat Party, which is now the Communist Party, liberals in that party, and Muslims and communists. Well, I already said it, the Democrat Party. It makes two because they were all in the Democrat Party now. Now it composes the Democrat Party. What used to be the Democrat Party is now the CPUSA, Communist Party of the United States of America. Okay, well, let me go to the next one. Like I always do, we're from the religion of peace. Netherlands. This is in the Netherlands. Listen to this one. Muslim who opened fire on tram while screaming Allahu Akbar gives finger to judge and spits on lawyer. Let me show you the purpose right here. This piece of garbage, this piece of filth right here. There you go. This plague. You know whose fault it is that he exists? The government. For letting them in the country. Okay, now we're going into the news of the United States. Brennan, another piece of work. Trump not psychologically capable to put the country's well-being first. A guy who can convert it to Islam, Brennan. A traitor who was in charge of the Department of Justice. I think the Department of Justice, yeah. That's this piece of another piece of this worm, or I don't know, like a fleas, plague. Call him a plague. This traitor under the most evil regime to take over the United States, which was the Obama regime. Okay, let me turn this around. Dealing with this gooseneck is not easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I could get a tripod, a small miniature tripod that I've seen. I see somebody, they use it for cellular phone. If I can use that to hold this gooseneck every time I put it in a position, that it'll stay in that position. Because it can work, I can deal with it. You know, because I've been dealing with this. Just put the part of the gooseneck on this, work as a base. But sometimes it doesn't because it's not as strong and it's not as stable. Let me go to the next one. Federal court rules school district was right in firing high school coach for silently praying on 50-yard line at the football game. You can't even pray. But if a Muslim does it, oh, that's okay. Oh, he has a right. Oh, don't be Islamophobe. Just for praying, look, that's the coach. Just for praying. Just for praying. There you go. He prays to the true God of Israel, the true God, the one of the Bible, not the one invented by a nutcase, Muhammad, after 600 years after using the Torah of the Bible to create its infernal book, the Quran. Muslims don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. The Quran was based on the Torah from the Old Testament. That's why I say, you know, to deal with these people, we have to use the Old Testament, just the same. I'm not talking about our neighbors and people that you can forgive, but these people, you can't forgive them. There's no way of forgiving the people that hate us and want to destroy us. But then I'm the one who's going to be accused of hating. No, I'm not hating. I'm trying to protect myself, trying to protect my country from these evil entities from hell. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh God, God help us. Illegal alien issued ticket for careless driving after killing mother, two children, a grandmother near Walt Disney World. 4 people dead because of an illegal, and we're letting them in. And Democrats keep on letting them in and issuing them driver license. So they got all the rights, even though they weren't born here. That's a photo of the whole family. Let me put the photo of the whole family because that's one family. I mean, there's one photo with the mother and one child, but then there's another photo here with all of them together who got killed because of an illegal alien who has the right to be here, even though he wasn't born here, and issued a driver license, even though he's an illegal. The worst enemy we have is the Democrats. They're our worst enemies. Thanks to them, this family's dead. All of them killed. And let me read this again because I think he was just released. That the title was one that I put on besides the original title, Democrats Embrace Killers of Americans. That's what's happening. Let's see what more we could read about this piece of filth that killed his family. The driver of a truck that killed a mother, 2 of her children, and the grandmother was in the U.S. illegally, according to authorities. 2 other children, their father and grandfather, who were also in the minivan, survived. But after killing 4 people, Lucas dos Rios Laurindo was only cited with a ticket. Did you hear that? He was only cited for a ticket after killing 4 and injuring 4 more. The strongest charge that could be made under Florida law. That's the strongest charge on the Florida law. He is currently being held in custody on a visa violation. That's it. In custody. The driver of a truck that rear-ended a minivan carrying a Whitman family near Walt Disney. Well, okay, I already mentioned that. Okay, this is a Twitter. One of them was 5-year-old Scarlett Smith. Her mother, 41-year-old Julie Smith, and her grandmother, 76-year-old Josephine Fay of Weymouth. Jackson Smith, 11, later died of his injuries at Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital, according to Florida Highway Patrol officials. This is terrible, and it's going to get worse. Trump, we need to do something. We need to get them out of here. These illegals can't be here. What the freak is happening? Then I can't lose I got to control myself. Isn't that incredible? I have to read this and I have to control myself. If no, I'm censored. On YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter and LinkedIn. But this keeps on happening. And liberals enjoy it. They don't care. And the worst enemy we have, the Democrat Party. Even though it's communist now, it keeps calling themselves Democrat, but they're just evil. These people are evil. And they're the one creating these laws, defending illegals. But if we do it, we go to prison. If I do it, I go to prison. We lost. That's it. If this is happening and it continues happening and we're letting it happen, we lost. We lost the nation. And I got to keep on reading more news about what's happening. That nothing good. Biden's brother facing fraud allegations. Use family ties to advance business interests. Let's see if there's a photo. It has to do with another, the Bidens, which I saw a photo of, but I don't have the photo here. It's James Biden, not Hunter Biden. But there's not a photo here, so I can't show you a photo. Only photo the face of his father, Joe Biden, the guy who doesn't know where he's living. He probably doesn't even know where he was born. You know, she asked him, where were you born? He probably wouldn't even know how to answer. And here again, repeated. Virginia Democrats are prepared to give illegal aliens driver privileges cards. Well, they give us the finger. Hey, look at this lady. She's giving you the finger. You, the American, like me, I'm an American citizen. To all of us Americans, look, they even give us the finger. They laugh in our face like this guy's doing, and another lady in the back. No, all of them laughing, and she's giving the finger. There you go. Let me put it a bit closer. There you go. Don't you love it? They're here illegally. Democrats are just giving them the power to do whatever they want here, even though they're here illegally, and they give us the finger and laugh about it. There you go. Don't you love it? Don't you just love Democrats? Okay, let me go to the next one. London Roberts files new motion to hold deadbeat dad Hunter Biden in contempt for failing to turn over financial docs in paternity suit. Well, I hope she wins. You know, he should pay. He created the baby. Well, he should pay for it, whether he likes it or not. I'm really not interested in that one because that's his how you call his fault. He just one created it. But what kind of like bothers I should bother everybody else is that this guy is the son of Joe Biden, the man who's running for president. Okay, let's go. President was right. Okay, and this one is now we go to some at least positive news. Oh, well, not so positive, but at least not so bad as the other ones that I've read. President Trump was right. The title goes 37,000 flu deaths per year. So far, 26 coronavirus deaths in U.S., 19 of them at same Life Care Senior Center. I'm part of that senior, being a senior. And the most people it attacks and kills are people that suffer from lung problems, like I do. Unfortunately, I suffer from lung problems. And it's military related because I work with diesel fuel. And it scarred my lungs. When I was attended at the hospital in the naval base in Jacksonville, Florida, and plus I was also sent to Bethesda Naval Hospital. They found out that my lungs were scarred. I couldn't hardly breathe, and I'm suffering from that. I suffer from chronic asthma. So that means one way or another, who knows? I have to face reality. It can happen. I can't do nothing about it. Well, I bought a mask for me, for my wife and I, with a I call it a filter, carbon filter. See what happens. The only thing I can do is extend my life because it's one more moment, another's going to happen. Where we have to go. A cycle of life. Okay, another news from Trump. I always try to put Trump last. You know, the Tea Party throws the news in certain patterns, but I always try to put it in a pattern where I put Trump, who to me is my hero, and he's the man who saved America for the meantime, because Democrats, alias Democrats, or CPUSA, more like what it is, are trying to destroy it. And they will destroy it if they get the power, or they get the chance to do it with the help of liberals. Just like Ronald Reagan said, if socialism ever comes to America, it'll be through liberalism. Trump on a deep state, still some very bad, sick people in our government, and that's true. Isn't that true? Boy, did he say something true. A lot of sick people, mentally sick. They're called Democrats. Go to the next one. Some good news. At least President Trump announces payroll tax cut relief, paid sick leave in response to coronavirus panic. Let's see the video. There's a video here. Oh, wait a minute. It lasts almost an hour. Go to my blog. You have to put down Eduardo Rodriguez, which is my name, and then I pledge allegiance to the flag, which is the blog that I have. Okay, I put something here. It's in my blog. Democrats are issuing driver's license for illegals while they burn our flag and spit on our Constitution. Look at an illegal burning our flag. This is an illegally here in the United States, and they burn our flag. There you go. I want to show that. Let's see if I can. They're here illegally, and they burn our flag. Besides spitting on us, on our Constitution, by violating the laws of this land. There you go. We'll go to the next. Thank God the computer has been working fine on me today. It hasn't gone off. I'm surprised. I could almost say baffled. Guillotine the rich. Project Burritos exposes another radical pro-Gulag Sanders staffer. Let me see if there's a video here. I think there's a video. Yeah. Guillotine the rich. This is a Bernie Sanders staffer. Sanders staffer says he's ready for armed revolution. Guillotine the rich. Okay? Do you hear me? And not only rich, it could be the middle class who live good in very good condition, who work hard to live, to make a living, or people who are above the middle class. It could be there's middle class, lower class, and there's middle class, higher class. So that makes them liable to the guillotine too. Let's see, there's a video here. Oh yeah, there is a video. Oh my God, I want to hear this one. No, the video doesn't want to go on me. I can't load it. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to see this video. But what I'm surprised about is I posted. Oh, okay, wait a minute. The videos that I have for today. I have some other videos. Let me go to the other videos because there's other videos that I posted today. Well, I can't find. I can download this video, but there's a video on this one. Maybe if you go to my blog, you can access that. But here I'm working with a cellular phone. It's not the same thing as the computer here. It's pretty hard to say how I say it, to operate. It's smaller, uncomfortable. I posted some videos that I had saved for today. Let me see if I can get them pretty quick here because I have to go back. Oh, wait a minute. I could do it another way, which is quicker. Let me go over here. I go to my WhatsApp because in my WhatsApp, okay, I got it quicker here now. This is Next News Network. It's great. I advise that you can.
Video of the coward Joe, creepy Joe, sleepy Joe, hiding behind his wife as a protester jumps on stage. And this wasn't one of those protesters where they get naked and they take their clothes off and stuff. It wasn't one of those. We have seen those on the campaign trail, but we've got the video. You don't want to miss it. But a quick note, some of our viewers have found themselves unsubscribed from our channel. So please double check that you are subscribed with your notifications enabled. And if this is behind him on the stage and confused by him, yes. What else?
The signal just went off for a few seconds, but here we go again.
Aggressively moved forward to protect her aging husband, her dementia-ridden husband. I understand. You'll see. She jumps in front of him, and like a Secret Service. Where's Secret Service? Isn't that their job? Anyway, let's take a look. In the neighborhoods we come from, the threat.
That's how deranged liberals are. They don't even respect their own. Crazy animals. Crazy animals. I'm sorry to offend the animals, but that's what they act like savages. They're savage animals. Let me put it that way.
I thought they were saying quid pro Joe, quid pro Joe. I mean, that would make sense. Wow, what people do for milk.
Okay, that's good enough. I just wanted you to see that one.
They were here that Biden's female campaign manager, Gulag Sanders, can be seen tackling the female protesters as well.
Let's go to another one. Excuse me. My allergy. That's another condition. Okay, this one is great. Mark Dice. Mark Dice has a real good, hell of a sense of humor, and the thing is, he goes to the point. He's real quick, and he's just funny. A great, one hell of an intelligent guy. I love when he throws in his news on YouTube. I grab it right away because he's just great.
As you know, yesterday daylight savings time started, which means spring is just around the corner and the weather's going to finally start warming up. Or as the liberals call it, the climate will start changing. But they're disappointed not enough people are concerned about climate change, so they're thinking about rebranding it to something else. Several proposed terms are climate collapse and climate chaos. Others suggest using the term climate disruption, but some are concerned that that's not scary enough. I mean, what's next? Are they going to start calling it the climate apocalypse? Oh, wait, what's this? How we can avert the climate apocalypse, reports Scientific American. The end of civilization. Climate change apocalypse could start by the year 2050 if we don't act, reports USA Today. Well, thank God we have 30 years left before that happens. Oh, wait, what's this? The climate apocalypse is now, and it's happening to you. Thankfully, Good Morning America put together this powerful PSA to help stop the apocalypse.
Reducing our carbon footprint means changing our habits, but change is hard. Sometimes we listen to our better angels, but other times our devilish instincts have us taking the easy path. That's where the EPA's carbon calculator comes in. It adds up all our little choices to help us see the amount of carbon we personally put into the atmosphere.
Apparently, the average age of a Good Morning America viewer is 5 years old, because this is the kind of video you would expect to be shown to a group of kindergartners. To help catapult the propaganda, as George W. Bush would say, the United Nations asked Hollywood to help them insert messages about global warming into their television shows and movies. And Hollywood, always willing to help promote the globalist agenda, willingly obliged. For example, in the 2018 installment of The Predator, scientists determined that the reason the creatures had returned to the Earth was to collect human DNA before we became extinct from climate change. Matt Damon tried to get out the word in his flop of a film Downsizing, where he was shrunk down to a miniature human like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids spin-off. The movie was marketed as a comedy, but it was really just a boring lecture about climate change and recycling. In Matthew McConaughey's science fiction fantasy Interstellar, he had to lead a NASA space mission to another planet because Earth was becoming uninhabitable because of climate change. Some critics were disappointed, however, because it didn't mention the words climate change once. But thankfully, Paris Hilton's dramatically less attractive sister, Nikki, is fighting climate change by wearing vintage designer clothes. She's making such a sacrifice. God bless you, celebrity hero. But in order to prove you really want to stop climate change, you're going to have to stop eating animal protein and eat bugs. CNN says that it's the food that can feed and maybe save the planet. Of course, most of the talk about climate change has nothing to do with actually protecting the environment and everything to do with creating a gigantic government to take over all aspects of everyone's lives. Here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reading directly from the Green New Deal.
As we've discussed the Green New Deal, I've noticed that there's been an awful lot of misinformation. So I have decided that since my colleagues could not, for some reason, read the resolution, that perhaps this hour would be spent best reading it to them, providing resources, training, and high-quality education, including higher education, to all people of the United States, and ensure prosperity and economic security for sin is free from unfair competition and domination by domestic or international monopolies, strengthening and protecting the right of all workers to organize, unionize, and collectively bargain, guaranteeing a job with a family-sustaining wage, adequate family and medical leave, paid vacations, and retirement security to all people of the United States.
I'm sorry, sweetie, but I didn't hear anything about protecting the environment. Are you sure you're not reading from the Communist Manifesto? I, for one, support global warming because, as you know, I'm a big fan of t-shirts. And if you are too, I'm sure you'll enjoy my I Love Global Warming shirt. Order yours from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And like all of my designs, it is available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.
This guy's great. He makes my day with his humor. I wonder if the Democrats, like Bernie Sanders and the rest of them, all of them, would be willing to eat a nice, juicy meal of cockroaches. I bet they wouldn't. You know who they want to feed that to? You, the American people. They want all American peoples to eat that but themselves. They won't eat that. They'll make you eat it, or they'll force you to eat it. Look what's happening in Venezuela and Nicaragua. They're eating dogs and cats and any stray animal that walks into their neighborhood. They're eating rats. Would you like to eat a nice juicy rat? Roasted or barbecued? Let's go to the next one here. Thank God I put this on my WhatsApp because if I would have gone to my blogger, it wouldn't have shown up because I tried to look for it and I posted it. But for some reason I tried and it's way off or something. And plus, if you notice, just twice the signal went off. So I'm going to try posting something else. If it doesn't go off on me, there's another news here I want to post. This will be the last of the videos if the signal doesn't go off.
So some bored journalists in a room somewhere decided it was
Okay, it's going to be short because I'm not going to put the whole thing. Just the one about the virus.
rolling with this new smear, despite them calling it by the same name for months. Imagine even caring about being called a racist, knowing how full of it they are. Who let these people into our lives and allowed them to just dictate what is racist? Not on my watch. I will call the virus whatever I damn please, and these people are going to have to put up with my racist self, I guess. Plus, speaking about absolute mediocrities in the media, Carlos Mazos, remember the geek from Twitter known as Gay Wonk? Remember the guy who rails against the rich?
The guy's a communist.
Cancel the rich. Tax
The
the
one
rich.
he's talking about.
Kill the rich.
There you go.
But it turns out he's just another champagne socialist. Family's worth $1 billion. The New York Post exposed this inconvenient fact about him. And boom, the person at the New York Post suspended from Twitter. Plus, men's T levels are dropping, women's eggs are disappearing while they have it all, meaning have it all, well, everything but the kid. Birth rates declining, which means we are screwed. And on that high note, I'm John Miller. White House Brief begins now.
I wanted to talk more. I just wanted you to hear about this Cuban guy, this person of Cuban descent.
Media, they continue to hit new lows every single day. And you can't be surprised anymore.
And the virus
They've become
included.
unhinged. It's like watching somebody join the Church of Satan. Wow, they're really starting to worry me. They're doing crazy stuff. Well, what did you expect? They worship the devil. Anyway, here's our sponsor for today, Ashford University. We all have an idea of what our dream job looks like, but it ain't just going to be handed to you. Now, college is not for everyone, but for some people, it is the right move. But these days, the degrees that help make your dream a reality are often so hard to get if you're working or you have a family, etc. That's why you're going to love Ashford University. It is convenient and flexible. You can learn at your own pace. You can get an online bachelor's and master's degree wherever you're the most comfortable learning. You can do one course at a time, and if you do that, you will be considered a full-time student. I know that my degree certainly helped me. It can help you too. And the good thing is, you don't need the standardized tests. You don't need the SAT, GRE, GMAT, or other standardized test scores. They're not required for enrolling at Ashford. So go check them out. Get on the road to earning your degree, making your dream job a reality. Enroll now by going to ashford.edu/WHB. That is ashford.edu/WHB to get your degree today. ashford.edu/WHB. So some reprobate journalist named David Gura, this guy used to have this unwatchable show on MSN BS. Guy probably sitting around in his underwear, was bored over the weekend, decided to scroll on Twitter what all the eggheads should be outraged over this week. Calling COVID-19, the Wuhan virus, is racist.
All white people are racist, each and every one of them.
That's how these people think. What these people are doing to our country is a virus much more insidious than coronavirus. The good news is you can give yourself immunity to that virus by just not caring what they have to say. And this ignoramus made a statement after some panic due to the fact that someone at CPAC had come down with the Wuhan fever and had been hospitalized. And Dr. Paul Gosar, United States Congressman representing Arizona's 4th District, said he would be under self-quarantine after sustained contact at CPAC with a person who has since been hospitalized with the Wuhan virus. The Wuhan virus! The Wuhan! You can't say that! Why the hell not? The virus originated in Wuhan. And yet, facts are anathema to these clowns like David Gura. And it almost seemed like a coordinated effort, because just minutes prior, Chris Hayes, who is Rachel Maddow's bloated older brother and also spins fairy tales on MSNBS, said, just astoundingly gross to call it the Wuhan virus. Yeah, they're always astounded, they're always astonished, they're always flabbergasted, they're always outraged. It is fake. Major news outlets have been calling it the Wuhan virus for months. From January, Politico, Wuhan virus has killed over 100 in China. A summary of an article from Chris Hayes' own network in January, human-to-human spread of Wuhan virus, from NBC News. Even CNN report that said Wuhan coronavirus can spread before symptoms was flawed. Washington Compost, China's action on the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak is hazardous to your health. Got Foreign Policy, the Wuhan virus is not a lab-made bioweapon. Sure. You've got the sophisticates at The Economist. Will the Wuhan virus become a pandemic? So everyone, way back, all the way back to a few months ago, thought it was completely acceptable to refer to it as the Wuhan virus. But when racist Congressman Gosar tweets about it, well, no, that is where we draw the line. That is when it becomes absolutely unacceptable. But what is acceptable is in Mexico, where, of course, everyone is a saint, can do no wrong. Well, they are having openly what looks racist to me, coronavirus celebrations. But no, let's turn a blind eye to this. Now that's in Mexico. Let's bring more of them here. Are they the guys wearing a pointy hat? Dancing around, the coronavirus, dancing around with a pointy hat on. Oh, but that's not racist. No, what's racist is when you name the city from whence the virus hails. Wuhan is a city. It's like saying something called the New York virus is racist toward New Yorkers. It makes no sense. In fact, there's a long history of calling viruses from their places of origin. West Nile virus, German measles, Coxsackie virus. Coxsackie, it's a town in New York. 3-year-old, stop laughing. Spanish flu, Marburg virus, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, Stockholm syndrome even. And Ebola. Even Ebola is named after the place of origin. Ebola means Black River in the local language. When they were studying it, scientists, they looked at a map and they said, oh, well, that's a river near where it originated. And it turns out that's not exactly the case. It actually originated closer to the Congo River. But guess what? There was already a virus called Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever virus. So that name was already taken. So they ultimately, the name Congo's taken, but they don't name viruses after the city which they originated by. So they ultimately found a river near where the disease originated, but it stuck to the name coronavirus stuck. So the point is, naming viruses after locations has been a common practice for a century, if not longer. They know it's not racist. That's a term that they use, remember, when they have no argument. Oh, it's racist. I've long said, you should not care. These people, they are morally bankrupt. Here they are celebrating the stock market going down. They were celebrating the temporary halt after a circuit breaker or whatever. Some are hoping that the death toll is high here in America so that it makes Trump look bad. They want this. They are dying for this to be a stain on Trump's presidency so that Joe Biden wins in 2020. It's an absolute joke. These people should not be taken seriously, and their charges of racism are as empty as their heads and their hearts combined.
What do Chris Matthews, Joe Scarborough,
This
and the
guy's
rest
a
of the
communist.
And Carlos Maza
have in common? They're multimillionaires.
Carlos Maza.
That's right. at the time was employed by Vox, was on his crusade to get Crowder deplatformed, I asked this question. Who raised this wuss? Who raised such a wimp where words on the internet are so scarring that he couldn't deal with it? So much he couldn't deal with it, and he had to try to get YouTube to take down Steven Crowder. Well, now we know who raised this wuss. Millionaires, actually more likely billionaires, and specifically tech company billionaires raised this insufferable wuss. YouTube socialist Carlos Maza slams the wealthy, but lived in luxury. Yes, believe it or not, Gay Wonk, who has built his following off of spewing nonsense about how the world is stacked against you and advocating violence